This has got to be the greatest transfer window of all time. Better yet, I don't think we'll see another deadline day like this year. I'll be talking about all the big names and all the big drama that came with deadline day. But before I start, make sure to like, subscribe for more football videos like this, and comment below what your favorite transfer was. I'm gonna be completely honest, this is only the Premier League, because if I had to do every single league, this video would be like 2 hours long, and I don't have that time, and neither do you. So let's go. And who else to start from Antony, who leaves Manchester United for good to sign for Real Betis at 25 million euros. It wouldn't take a detective to decide that leaving the hellhole of Manchester United to go to a place where the fans actually love him and cooked in La Liga and led his team to a Conference League final during his time on loan there. Jadon Sancho was right. He is experiencing freedom at this moment after none of the coaches played him during his 2 years at Old Trafford. Oh look, another United reject, this time with Rasmus Højlund, who joined Napoli on loan. And look, he wasn't really anything super special with Atalanta, a little overhyped maybe, I don't know, but he can be a good number 9 provided he's playing with the likes of former teammate and Serie A MVP Scott McTominay, Romelu Lukaku, and Kevin De Bruyne. Watch him ball out the first game he gets. I think this is a good move on both sides, as he was never going to get used after Man United's recent purchases, and Højlund will get playtime, a lot more than United. Is 15 goals a little too much to ask for from him? Guess we'll find out. Manuel Akanji joins Inter on loan from Man City, and I can understand why Pep decided to exile him for a season. He has been injured for God knows how long, but I will never forget him even if he gets sold, as he was a crucial part of our treble-winning season. But injuries followed him, and after that, just playing Ruben Dias, John Stones, Abdulkadir Kusanov, and Nathan Ake, there was really no room for him after recovery. So yeah, best of luck to him, and maybe he comes back, although I do think it's unlikely. Next up, Randal Kolo Muani to Spurs on loan to replace Dominic Solanke, who is out with an ankle injury at this moment. He's young, played for big teams in the Champions League, and was a part of the 2022 France World Cup squad that just came short of winning the entire thing. He was literally remembered for missing the deciding kick of the World Cup final. So yeah, he comes as a lethal shooter, but will he start over Richarlison? I mean, I don't think so. Now we have the biggest transfer of this window. Newcastle's Alexander Isak finally gets his way after a British transfer fee record of 145 million euros was agreed to Liverpool. Easily Liverpool's top target and a top 3 striker last season, he 100% deserves this move. However, he could have dealt with this so much better though, as he basically boycotted attending work. Look, I've been looking for a new job as well, so maybe I shouldn't show up for the next 3 weeks. Same mentality. I know he was promised this move, but now Newcastle fans hate you because you decided to throw a tantrum, and now they are currently winless because of that. But at the end of the day, they did get 150 million euros and bought Nick Woltemade and have a lot of money left over. So yeah, it's all good at the end of the day, right? No hard feelings? Okay, there's a lot of hard feelings.
That you are a Judas! Judas!
Arsenal are even stronger in defense as they've brought Hiro Nkapie from Bayer Leverkusen on loan. This is a great addition as Christian Mosquera had some difficulty replacing an injured William Saliba last week, and since Ben White is out of action, so they have more depth in defense. People don't understand how much of a standout he really is, but you'll see what he can do, as he's a great tackler and his passing is up there for a center back. Jadon Sancho is a greedy man, especially for his disaster class at United and Chelsea. I know he turned down Roma because of his crazy ego and maybe wage demands, but now he's on loan to Aston Villa from Man United. This is your second chance at freedom, bro. Don't mess it up.
3 years ago, I was captured and enslaved by a Red Devil organization known as Manchester United. It was a terrible time for me. Every week they pay me £250,000 and force me to accept it every single week.
And we'll do another Villa one with Harvey Elliott from Liverpool. He didn't play much in the Prem, but with other midfield options that came in, there was probably not a chance he'd see sunlight on Anfield. So now he has to go to a place where he will build up the experience. He hasn't been the same ever since he broke his leg, has he? Nicholas Jackson joins Bayern Munich from Chelsea on loan, and boy did he need this move. He was going to get 0 minutes, especially after signing João Pedro and Liam Delap, 2 criminally underrated strikers last year. The audacity to tell Jackson to fly back to London after landing in Germany is something else, man, especially after Delap's injury. Hopefully he shares the game time with Harry Kane, And after getting clowned at Stamford Bridge, damn, it must feel good to turn your back on them when they did it to you first, huh? Will he score more goals? Probably not, let's be honest. Coming into Man United is a new goalkeeper, Sen Lament, for 21 million euros from Royal Antwerp. I know there is a GK problem where Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir are both not the best, but this feels really unnecessary. I like Bayindir as a goalkeeper, even though he made one mistake against Arsenal, but I feel better starting him as he can actually save shots better than Onana and can play out the back as well. Because let's face it, Ruben Amorim is going to ruin whoever comes within a 2-foot radius of him. Benjamin Sesko was supposed to be the big striker everyone would fear, but then you don't start him and put him 10th on penalties against Grimsby Town of all teams. So this one was just one of the more pointless transfers, and he'll probably just play Bayindir again. Also, quickly speaking of failing upwards, Naif Aguerd goes from a struggling West Ham to Marseille for 23 million euros. He wasn't outstanding for them, but a Marseille side struggling in defense probably needed someone who's had Ligue 1 experience before, and because they are also going to be preparing for the Champions League as well. From Graham Potter to Roberto De Zerbi is quite the difference. Yohan Wissa joins Newcastle to replace Alexander Isak for 63 million euros from Brentford. He's good, but he isn't worth that much, especially 63 million euros. At least he doesn't have to stay at a relegation scrapping team, that's all I will say. And I think he'll have similar performances for Newcastle. Let's be honest, Newcastle is a much better team than Brentford. And to top it off, Gianluigi Donnarumma joins Manchester City for 30 million euros after being excluded from PSG's future plans. What a signing this is, man. A significant part of PSG's treble win. You'd be crazy to throw someone like that out the window. James Trafford must be punching the air, and he's had a good run, but he is still young, so I don't see his progress slowing down anytime soon. You got the cup competitions, bro. Don't worry. I know he isn't the ball-playing keeper that Man City are looking for, but if some stranger gave you a Toyota Prius for $2, would you take it? It's the same thing here, because I know I would. In with the new goes out the old. Ederson, after 8 great years, leaves City for Fenerbahce for 11 million euros. He literally revolutionized the entire position of goalkeeping, being the record assist holder for a keeper in the Prem. There will be nobody more nonchalant than him in goal. This backheel pass against Newcastle still sits in my mind to this day. Like, how does he pull that off? He's made a few mistakes in recent times, but I'll still miss him, that's for sure. He also basically won us our first Champions League with this save. I'll never forget that one too. And yeah, that is gonna be a wrap on the transfer window and on this video. As I've said before, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what your favorite transfer was. What was the worst transfer? I want to hear all of it in the comments down below. So yeah, have a good day and peace.